Hi everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So today's reading is going to be all about what are your person's late night thoughts about you? What does your person think about you mainly when they go to bed? So we have three piles from the left to right. The first pile is Opalite. The second pile is Rainbow Fluorite. And the third pile is Polychrome Jasper. Pause if you need a little bit longer. Pick the one which calls your name the most, and I'm gonna begin with pile number one. Hello, pile number one. If you chose the Opalite, this is going to be your reading. So we have a few pre-shuffled cards. Let's see what do we have. We have Taurus, trust, patience, sensuality, and we have atoms, building, number 40 in reverse. You or your person could be Taurus, or you could have that in your charts. I do pick up on this energy of ignorance is bliss. I did hear this song. Um, I don't know who's it by. I don't remember. Avicii. I don't remember. It's I'm addicted to you. I feel like this person definitely has a lot of sensual thoughts when it comes towards you because of the Taurus. I do see this as your person definitely tends to think a lot about your body silhouette, is what I'm getting, especially if you're a woman. And I think if you're a man, this person thinks a lot about your hands. I do feel that this person tends to get a little bit like giddy, because they're very attracted to you, and it's almost in a sense where this person maybe thinks that your beauty is like out of this world. um yeah, there's something about that they feel like this, the way that you look or something about you, maybe you give a very bad boy or bad girl vibe. Like there's some sort of prejudice that I pick up from this person's, and yeah, like um I just get this feeling where it's like somebody's too good to be true because they look like they wouldn't commit to another person, or that could be false, definitely, but this is what this person tends to think about. Like, you're there's a very high sex appeal that you radiate outwards, and that's why I feel like with the atoms building in reverse, naturally I would go for the interpretation that this is someone who maybe feels like there's a missed opportunity, and that could also be true. They tend to think a lot about it. I'm also getting drawn to the celestite over here. There's a sense of purification over here. This person tends to feel a little bit guilty when they tend to think a lot about you sexually, is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, suddenly there's this sort of like I feel like clearing my throat, and it's like that's the feeling why I feel this person tends to get giddy about you, because it's like I I wanna like sext you, or like I wanna like talk dirty or something. I just keep getting this sense like I wanna say something that's out of line. um I'm getting like a lot of like, with Taurus energy, like a food play or something like that. This person does have. I feel like your chemistry is quite good. One of you looks quite innocent. Could be you. So we have the Seven of Cups, definitely. Thank you, Spirit. So this is Piscean energy. This is where this person tends to imagine a lot, fantasize a lot, right? That's what I spoke about this person. Let's see, what did they fantasize about? Four of Wands. This person tends to think a lot about being in a relationship with you, or if you're already in a relationship, this is your ex, or this person has jealousy. This person definitely does feel like you're out of their league in some shape or form, and I don't think that's in a way where this person feels like they're not worthy of you or something like that. They tend to feel a little bit more like you are not easy to tame is the word I'm getting. It's not exactly the right word, but that's what I'm getting. Like you don't commit easily, and that's what they find a challenge. So that's why they feel like you're a little out of their reach. And I also get a message that if you're in a relationship with somebody else, this person tends to fantasize about um like being the home wrecker, um lack for a better word. Like they yeah, I mean, that's what spirit is giving me. Like they want to be the one to swoop you away. Like if you're in a family that's quite conservative, also this person fantasizes about being the one, being able to provide for you, and yeah, basically being the one that wins your trust at the end of the day, and you're like partners in crime. So that's what I'm seeing. Yes, we have the Knight of Cups. So definitely this person does have um feelings for you, but there's this thing where it's like this is not a very heavy commitment, is what I'm gonna say. Even though we have Taurus over here, I think this person thinks a lot about taking things somewhere. Taking things somewhere. They don't know where, but they want to take things somewhere. That's the thing why there's so much ambiguity in the way I channel this. Queen of Cups. I mean, regardless of your gender, this person sees you as quite emotionally aware, and they know that they have to be able to heal themselves to um, give you that emotional compatibility and companionship that you want. This person tends to see a little bit of sadness within your eyes. I don't think that this is someone you haven't met. It could be possible, but there's something where this person senses a melancholy within you, and they want to be the one who can fulfill your emotional needs. Like they want to be capable, or rather say like eligible, to hold the intensity of vulnerability and intimacy that you require in a relationship. Like they want to open themselves up, even if not in the same way I described. They want to be able to withhold the pressures of life with you. They want you to rely on them. And the funny thing is that even though they have this masculine demeanor, like they want to withhold your emotions. It doesn't have to be that this person is a man, but um they just have this feeling that they want to be able to have that capacity to be the one you rely upon. And that's that feminine exterior that comes through. So they do have a lot of like I would say like they have a very huge soft spot for you. We have the Page of Swords. I mean, there is quite a lot of reminiscing. Usually, we denote the Page of Swords as somewhere where we think the person is stalking us. This person could be, if this is an ex, I I feel like this is someone who thinks a lot about you sexually before they doze off. And I do get the energy of self pleasuring, but um that's for a very few of you over here. But I do feel that this is someone who um on a more collective level, I do feel that your person tends to think a lot about the conversations you guys had. And if this is an ex-partner, this is somebody that you know if this is somebody that you've been involved with and things never really got off the ground, that's how I would like to place it. This is somebody who thinks a lot about like what plans they had, and basically how their hopes were shattered, or um if this is somebody that's new, that's still wanting to take things ahead. I feel like this is somebody who thinks about like how previously, with their previous partners, they got their heart broken. So that's the kind of feeling where it's a little sad, but there's still hope. There is what I'm feeling. There's an inclination of hope. Four of Cups. I feel like you're not with this person. That doesn't have to be true, but there's something that they tend to miss you a lot before they doze off. The Five of Wands over here. I'm gonna go with the majority of you that you're not with this person, and this person tends to miss you a lot. They wait for the time that you guys can again have something, or I keep getting the word lack of cooperation. Maybe you both couldn't really get along that well previously. There was a missed opportunity, there was commitment in minds. Over here, I feel that it was on both your ends. And there was, I would say that, your past got in between, or is still getting in between the both of you, is what I'm gonna say. Like, there's a very huge energy of past being involved here, and we have the Ten of Wands. So it weighs heavily on their mind. Commitment weighs heavily on their mind. Just the responsibility of being committed to another person, that sort of I would say responsibility, liability, is something that scares them a lot. They tend to hide behind passionate relationships, but what I see over here is that it frightens them. Okay, that's why there's this energy of wanting to be able to take care of your emotional needs, because it requires commitment, dedication. Again, thank you, Spirit. So we have the Strength, Leo energy. um this could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It doesn't have to be, but they wish that they could get past their insecurities. For a few of you, this person has been trying to work. If this is somebody that you're actively involved with, talking to, or perhaps in a very recent separation, let's say I'm getting within 4 months, this is somebody who has been working on themselves. They feel like you really tame them. Or again, there's this energy where they feel like if they become emotionally stable, they can be the one who has the capability to lock you down. I keep getting the word tame you. Like, this person feels like you're wild on some ends. Like, not just sexually, I mean, like, you also fear commitment, is what they feel. There are certain things which tell this person that you're not 100%, you don't believe in the capacity of love. We have the Lovers over here, so Gemini energy. I'm seeing the Four of Swords as well as the High Priestess. Oh, this is the Queen of Swords, excuse me. So I feel like they do see you as a counterpart, because I just yeah, whatever I did just tells me that they do see you as a counterpart. This person is very attracted to you. Again, they fantasize a lot about, I'm getting the word devouring you, but um I feel like their thoughts revolve mostly around the fact that they want to um how do I place this? They just fantasize about these things. Something about it just feels like out of reach. There's lack of action, there's just all energy, there's all passion, there's all thinking, but there's not one pentacle energy. You know what I'm saying? There's lack of action over here. uh and we have the King of Wands and Two of Wands. They tend to go back and forth. I think you both have turned your backs against each other in some shape or form, because Spirit wanted me to put this card on the right hand side, yet I put it in front. So I feel like they go back and forth. Maybe somebody left the situation, or it just feels like a missed opportunity altogether. We have the Five of Cups that confirms that with the Chariot. So Cancerian energy. There's a lot of emotions involved here. I think that if they had to tell you something, is that with the Taurus energy, I'm hearing that song called "When I Was Your Man" by Bruno Mars. It's almost that energy where it's like, I wish I had held on to you longer. I wish I just hadn't given up that easily. I'm seeing like these runes also. So they do understand the spiritual nature and the purpose of it, and they understand that this is life and just how things were meant to be. Now this person is getting me really emotional. I think that they wish that, they had not given up on themselves in this situation, what they wanted, what makes them happy. That's why I felt this energy of a lot of clarity coming through to this person. I feel like the time apart, or just their thoughts at night, really make them very gooey. I also feel like there's a lot of energy of self pleasure. Like this person has a wound, maybe. There is an energy of not feeling worthy of you, and being okay, being your sneaky link or something like that. Like, um, this person just is a little bit aware of their incapability or inability to provide that emotional companionship for you. Like, I wish you could just see my face right now. I'm just facing so much difficulty in just expressing the feeling that I get from your person's end. It's just like a huge question mark. Like, I just know, but I don't know how to say this. So that's why I feel like there's this energy of throat chakra that I picked up in the beginning, where this person is just like, they can't seem to explain how they really feel about you. This person could have also ghosted you, Two of Swords. Thank you, Spirit. So, okay, there's this energy of feeling, withheld, and we have the Nine of Pentacles in the Chariot again. So you might have moved on from this situation. You might have just um moved ahead or something like that. That's the energy I get, because maybe this person was taking too much time to make a decision about this, or you were confused. There's just something of somebody moving ahead, and I feel like it's you. Relatively, I would place my bets it's you, that you moved on, where this person was maybe not evolved or not evolving. I get that this person is very attracted to your legs. I can't stop noticing all the calves and all these legs, and like very sculpted legs over here. And I feel like if you're a man, this woman is very attracted to your chest. But there's just this energy of like animalistic instinct. I really want to devour you. I have so many passionate feelings for you. Even though I'm not your, I would say, like, I'm not competent enough to give you the life that you deserve. I still see that animalistic side of you, like that passionate and creative side within you, which is expressed in your sexual appeal, the way you dress up. Um, there's just like drool on this person's face. They probably are from your soul tribe, because there's this intense chemistry which I feel like could have been confused as compatibility by you. I'm picking up. For some reason, this person knew that they are not capable enough to withhold the intensity of your emotions, and that's why they feel incompetent. It's just because they feel small emotionally, is what I really feel over here. They feel like they're immature, but it's beyond immature. It's more like, I wish I had the capacity to be as intense as you. I can handle that intensity when it comes in the bedroom, but I get scared when it comes to love. And that's what they appreciate you for. They see you, they see your spiritual side, they see you. I'm hearing, I see you. So before we conclude pile number one, I'm gonna pull out a few love messages. Angel guide spirits, please help me get some messages for pile number one. Alrighty. I could never forget about you, clearly. This person, they have very fond memories. I need more time. So they relatively need more time. Or I feel like this is more like, I wish I had taken more time with you. I wish I hadn't given up on you. This feels like a situationship. I believe we're meant to be together. So this person is still, I'm getting like they're a little bit deluded. Maybe you have moved on. I don't mean to offend anyone, but they just are still in their imagination. This person has not moved on from you. They're energetically still all about you. I'm starting to understand our connections. This is someone who has not given up. I have to be very clear. This is someone who might be still confused, but they have not buried the hatchet, put a nail in the coffin. They have not, if you think like that. I show off on social media for you, excuse me. So this is that energy of maybe stalking or like trying to flaunt themselves on social media. I'm hearing thirst trap or something like that, but I feel like this person tends to stalk you a lot. Either ways, there's some matrixy teasing going on is what I'm hearing. I'm scared of losing you. I feel like they have already felt this. They've already been through um the scare of losing someone is almost what I feel. I feel like this person has already lost you in some shape or form, or they're expecting that, or they're manifesting it. Like, I feel like there's this energy of missed opportunity. I choose to be with you. That's the funny thing. In their hearts, they wish, and this could become a reality. It all seems like a game of fantasy. I'm scared to reach out to you. Something about you holding this person accountable. Like, what do you want now? If this has been in separation, it's almost like they know that they just can't come back for the passionate energy. What's the point of this 1 foot in, 1 foot out dilly dallying, is what I'm hearing. I kept the text. So there was probably some argument or something like that. This person also thinks about the way you explained yourself, your vocabulary or something like that. Like um the way you tried to make them explain or make them understand, excuse me, and comprehend what you're trying to say. This reminds me of that quote which says communication means nothing if the person can't comprehend what you're saying. So I feel like at that point, maybe they couldn't understand, or even if they could, they couldn't express how they felt on the other end. I care about what people think of us. So maybe this person took a lot of time because there were external influences, or they still are telling you that I still haven't completely regained my sovereignty, or there are certain things that still block me. I feel like this is a very ambiguous card. This is like, there are things from my past that still hold me back from completely choosing you, because I know that this requires my full dedication, and I just don't feel like I have that amount of self trust within to take this leap of faith. I need security. Thank you, Spirit. So they're confirming what I said. This person, it's not always about physical security. It's also about like how safe do you feel within yourself to take up a challenge, and with the what's the word, the possibility, the probability of maybe losing or winning in it, right? And I want you here next to me. No shit. I'm hearing no shit, Sherlock. So like this person is pretty much an open book when it comes to their passionate thoughts about you. We have, I know you're the one for me, and I see why everything happened the way it did. So there's a lot of realizations. I do feel that, this person, if they're in separation or if they take their time apart from you, they tend to think a lot about things that have happened, and they try to put two and two together. So there are realizations, or rather I'd say, yeah, there's realizations that are coming to mind for this person. All right, file number one. So this was your reading. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number two. If you chose the rainbow fluorite, this is going to be your reading. So we have a few pre-shuffle cards. Uranus and the biome connection, number 44. I pick up on heavy Cancer energy even though we have Uranus. I also pick up on Piscean energy. Yeah, there's a lot of water over here, but definitely Pisces. I feel like your person has recently been through something quite prominent. Because with Uranus, I'm picking up on Saturn energy as well. And I feel like your person has had to face some sort of harsh reality. Maybe it was about a third party. Now, in whatever situation it was, whether it was on your end or this person's end, um, this situation was a catalyst for this person to release a past energy, a past karmic relationship that they were with a person in with that they were in a relationship with a karmic person, excuse me. And I think that it was quite difficult for this person to understand and differentiate with the rainbow fluorite. I do feel this energy, like there's this energy of root chakra expansion, but there's also this energy of um epiphanies. This is not just your average pile of like, oh, I'm having late night sexual thoughts. This person is having very deep thoughts about you. Very, for some of you, I think that you might doubt that this person, oh, I just met them, oh, this is just my crush. If this is a new person for you, but this is your pile. It's just because as much as you're feeling this connection to this person, so are they. You have transpired a spiritual awakening in this person, and so have they within you. And that's why we have Uranus, because this is about your individuality. This is very crown chakra. This is very purple. Um, you can see how the colors are going from, turquoise to, again, the purple. So this is, especially in a point crystal, it's all about generation of energy. So I just feel this sense of change. I'm forced to change. um and there's these fairs. It's just like I have to accept the cycle of something ending. um and I feel it could be between the both of you, but it feels like it's something in the past. It's something, maybe you let go of this situation and this person has to accept the consequences of how, why, and how they contributed to the domination of it, or they if this is a new person, they have to accept the consequences, or perhaps I'm hearing this quote, which was said by one of my professors. She said sometimes we face difficulty in accepting where we have landed in life. I think somebody needed to hear that. But this is what your person is precisely going through. If they are not very closely linked with you right now, you're not communicating as much or something like that. So let's see what else do we get. I'm gonna place the Uranus out of the picture. Angel guides, spirits, please help me connect with pile number two's person. What do they think about them before they doze off, before they go to sleep? There's paranoia, there's anxiety here, this person can't just be thinking about sexual thoughts before they go to bed. That's the cliche sense we think of. That's what I had in mind, like when I was recording this reading, like what does this person really think about the viewer before they go to bed, right? What do they, this feeling, like what do they think about me before they go to bed? Like what's their prominent thought? Like am I even in their thoughts before they go to bed? Am I that relevant? That's my point. And I feel like you're very relevant. I'm hearing like you're very important to me. I don't know how this happened, but you're just so important to me. I don't know if you have heard of like Jodha Akbar, because this is like in Hindu mythology. But if you want to, you should Google that up. It's about a Mughal Empire. We have Seven of Swords here. There is some third party involvement now. Whatever that was, I don't want to add a bad taste to this reading. I don't feel it's about betrayal, because I get a very new energy over here. This feels like a new connection, or just a new beginning in a connection. You might have known this person for a really long time. This might be a school friend, a childhood friend, a colleague. There's just so much energy that I'm able to channel that I don't even need cards as of now. So there's this sort of compatibility where it's like inbuilt in this person. Like I know who you are. I'm finally able to understand who you've been to me all along. If this is a new connection, it's just like a spark. Like when you touch somebody, just like um it's a revival is what I'm feeling. This is a soulmate of yours, definitely. Six of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. So this is definitely a soulmate with the Six of Cups. This person feels the connection. I think that a part of accepting how they landed, consequences of how this situation has landed in their hands or in their life, how it has played out, is also maybe that they refused to accept it before. They didn't want to, because I feel like your stone says a lot over here, that they felt this upsurge of connectivity with you, and they didn't want to accept it at first. They were just too scared to be like, my god, like these things exist. This is that Saturn energy of also acceptance. But I'm hearing Kundalini awakening. This is not something small that you have transpired within each other. You have the Chariot Cancerian energy. Thank you, Spirit. So we have the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Wow. I feel like with the Uranus energy, there is this feeling like I'm not ready for this. And I don't think this person is unrealistic about it. They see the opportunity that's on hand, but they also see who they are, and it's a lot about priorities. I'm not gonna lie. It's not to make you feel like you're not worthy of it or something like that. It's just about where they are in their life. And um like there's this concept within this person's head, perhaps, where it's like, I need to focus on my foundation right now. I need to focus on becoming who I need to become so that I know at least what I am, so that I don't lose myself in a relationship. That's what they're probably scared about. I feel so. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Again, it's about timing. We have the Emperor, Aries, and the Eight of Pentacles. They are very hardworking. They are working to build their net worth. And part of it maybe is that they're also non-committal. They're like they they just they have emotional intimacy fears, and that's where they're finding reasons not to take this ahead as of now, because they know internally they're not completely ready, or they don't want to do the inner work right now. But the funny thing is that the inner work is still happening, because even if not at a rapid pace, it's begun. Because it's like I already like have come in contact with you. There's just this coping up with uh, humor is what I get for this person's energy. Like, I feel so funny, even though the situation is not that funny. It's got all sorts of emotions involved. It's based off mind, body, and spirit. This is not just sexual. So we have the Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, excuse me, and the Magician. They are sneaky, I can't lie. They do think about ways to leverage the situation in their own favor. I think this person tries to justify in their head as to why they can't take this ahead right now. With the Gemini and Virgo energy, with the Magician, even though we have the World, so that signifies almost all signs. I think this person might have a lot of female admirers. Um, and I don't think it's got anything on you, because they see your character, like you're pretty, you're intelligent, um you're everything, you're like a jack of all trades. I'm hearing mastermind, like they think that you're very intellectual, and it's a part of them. I feel like this could be majority, for a majority of you, this is a masculine person, this is a man, doesn't have to be, but this is someone who um I don't want to be stereotypical, but I have to say they would rather be around immature people right now. It boosts their ego, but it also makes things easier for them. You're like somebody who challenges them, and they just don't want to be challenged right now. And that's this energy that ties in with the Uranus, where it's like, oh, like I did put myself in this situation. I am digging a deeper hole for myself because I want to go back to pile number 2, but um I just don't want to be held I am so sorry that I'm like laughing again and again, because this is somebody who's just not taking things seriously, and that can hurt you. I get it, but I don't feel like this is a very deep connection. I could be wrong, but for majority of you, I feel like this is a new spark between the both of you. Um, and that's just how I see it. Like, you have caught their eye, It's more passionate, but don't get me wrong, they feel the emotional connection as well. They're intensely drawn towards you, but they're still wanting to operate from their lower chakras. Mm, thank you, Spirit. They don't know how to act in their integrity, and this is what the divine is trying to teach this person as of now. Listen up, it's time to grow up. You think you had more time, but it's like you've reached uh, a maturity point, and now it's time for more evolution. So the fun and games are over, and that's precisely why they're pushing you to the side, because they still want to stay in that immature energy, be around people that don't hold them accountable, be around easy people, basically people that also choose the same sort of life, um especially women. Judgment, thank you. So, ooh, hoo, hoo. Okay. I did not realize how powerful cards we have over here. We have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Nine of Wands. So, like, damn, pile number two. Like, you're really attractive, and like, I find this deck to be like very, um, I don't know. I would say like animalistic. Like, it's got a very raw, um art to it, like artistic streak to it, and I really like it. And that's precisely how I'm seeing this. Like, you have this rawness. Like, if you look at this Nine of Wands, like, damn. I mean, this person might just have a thing for ginger heads, or like maybe you have ginger head, or your hair is very beautiful. I think you have lighter hair, whatever your color is, your hair color, they really like it. They might like long hair or something. Okay, that's just what I'm hearing, but they're definitely very attracted to your chest, whatever your gender is, specifically if you're a woman. Maybe you have been intimate with this person, if this isn't, a very old friend of yours, and then suddenly now you're feeling a spark with them. There's something like that. You maybe this was a situation of friends with benefits, like there's somebody that caught feelings, just playing the field, and now I'm like, whoops, I stumbled. This is that energy that I get. You know why I was like, whoa. Like, we have the Magician, we have the Chariot, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Judgment over here, Wheel of Fortune is 10 and the Judgment is 20. It's a step forward. It's a very major step in their life, where you're thinking like, oh, I began off in the beginning, like you're thinking you're insignificant, but you're not. It's because they go back and forth. They probably play the hot and cold game with you. And for a few of you, I'm hearing that you should put an end to it. Like, I'm not saying ultimatum, um, but you kind of should distance yourself from this person and make your needs very clear. Even if you feel like it's too much of a tantrum, like we just spoke once or twice, like you should make it very clear about where you're at and what you're looking for in your life. I hear a very strong affirmation from spirit that you should make it very clear at this point what you're looking for in your life, so that it's just like, not to be derogatory, but it's just so that the trash takes itself out. If this person has no intentions of really leveling up, so then they can just remove themselves from your life. But they're not gonna go without putting up a fight. They're gonna wanna give into this situation with the Six of Pentacles. They're just so used to people chasing them. Six of Wands again. Whoa. You just look at the images. It's like all people are just like taking care, and like they might be quite popular or something, but there's just a lot of like, this person needs a push, or they already have gotten that push from you, where you have made it clear that I am not going to tolerate this. And now that's when they think about, like, they probably could have moved on, and now they're looking back like, oh, this can be something great. I have so much passion, but is this passion enough, is what I'm seeing over here. We have the Queen of Pentacles. They feel a little immature compared to you. We do have the Sun, so thank you, Spirit, they're confirming that. They feel like they're not up to par when it comes to you in this situation. Mm, there is clarity. We have the Temperance, so we have Leo and Sagittarius again. Very, oh wow, we have the Queen of Wands right next to the Queen of King of Wands, and we have the Devil. There's a lot of passion, but it's not just passion. They are feeling the love. We have the Lovers, Gemini energy. Thank you, Spirit. So I would say that this person, they think a lot about, the feelings that they have, and now that there's is time to make a decision, because Gemini lovers can talk about a choice, and their mind is inclining towards a relationship. Definitely, it goes back and forth. There's a cycle that's ending with this person. Like, usually they like to keep things quite casual, but I'm hearing when it comes to you, something has provoked them. Like, you're making them want to change themselves, and that's why I feel like this Uranus, like a radical change. Say Uranus is like, um something's gotta give. Like, if I want something better, more than these hollow relationships, I want emotional fulfillment, which they see within you. That's why I feel like there's this energy of Judgment, Libra, with the Wheel of Fortune, and Ace of Cups and Devil. Like, do I still want to go around in these karmic connections, karmic cycles that I spoke about in the beginning? Third parties could just be, loitering around, lack for a better word. So this is that cycle this person feels like, I gotta end. And it's surprising, because I don't think maybe you have that much depth developed between the both of you, or circumstances, or like that. It's just a maturity point that I feel universe is pushing this person. Like, you have this person right in front of you, and it's something special. So that's why there's this tug of war in between, but it's ultimately the balancing of the shadow attribute, wanting to have something deeper. All right, they do have the 10 of Pentacles. Like, they want something deeper. I think this person might have a drinking addiction or something, like partying, or I feel like for some of you it's quite major, but for some of you it's just this a frivolous lifestyle that they think a lot about. I'm going a little bit round and round in circles with the 2 of Pentacles. It requires resilience, and you're precisely the reason for that resilience. Like, if they're pulling themselves out, it's also because of the passion that they have for you. It's gonna take time. I'm hearing at least like if 4 to 6 months or something like that. It is gonna take time with this person. So before we conclude pile number 2, I am going to pull out a few channel messages. I'm really bad at commitment. No shit, Sherlock's. I need to go on my own way for a while, so they need more time to figure out who they are in order to understand what's really up. What are they really feeling? Is it just lust, or is it love? I want you. I'm getting a feeling like they miss your friendship, and that is emotional, right? It's not physical. So they're also realizing it's not just lust, probably. You inspire me. Thank you, Spirit. So this is that energy where I said that, they do feel like you're the game changer. And I don't want to affirm this in a way where you're tying your worth to whether this person commits to you or not. Regardless whether this person shows up for you or not, pile number 2, you're still worthy, and you shouldn't wait around. So however this, at the end of the day, the choice is yours, but You are sounding like sort of like a game changer for this person. You're beautiful, so they do find you very beautiful. Something about your hair is very prominent over here. You are the only person who truly gets me. It's again that friendship, it's that emotional connection, that instant draw that they feel towards you, which is like a soul tribe. I feel soul tribe. Please stay, don't go. They have this push and pull. I spoke about that round and round thing, this internal fight. It's all about their own shadows, like emotional intimacy that scares them, facing their shadow. This is what you're leading them to do, and perhaps they're leading you to do this as well. I don't think it's just related to your worth. Pile number two, this person is doing a lot more for you than you realize. I just want you to be happy, so they do care about you. They do care about you. They don't want to lose you. I want to break your heart. What was that? I'm gonna clarify this. Can we know what is this? I want to break your heart. Did you give this person an ultimatum? They're scared that you're gonna move on into another relationship. They want you to be happy, but just with them. This is a codependency. Four of Swords, 4-4, insecurity. They don't want to lose you to someone else. That's precisely what I see. King of Swords. Yeah, they don't show you, but you matter to them more than they show. Two of Swords, because they're confused about what they want themselves, and they see you as this very nurturing person, but who's also very seductive. So they're just like, oh my god, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? I just see this person like crying, weak in their knees. It just like probably just thinking about how attractive you look, but then still weak in their knees because they know that they can't play with you like that. Lying for me was just easier than telling the truth. Maybe this person downplayed their feelings or told you that they don't want commitment. That's the Seven of Swords energy. They self sabotaged in some way where they didn't know that they wanted you as much as they wanted you. And lastly, we have I wish we could be together right now. So they know that they have work to do. And that's that dilly dallying. You're my heaven on earth. And I'm sexually attracted to you. No shit, Sherlock. This is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Like, um, this is pretty interesting. Alright, so pile number two. I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button. Subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye. Hello, pile number three. If you chose the Polychrome Jasper, this is going to be your reading. So the cards that we have are Chiron, Hurt and Heal, and Bushfires. 10. Fury. Wow, we have strong energies over here. We have number 10, which is a lot about completion. As you know, it's cycle ending with this person, but it's a lot about what this person thinks about is mainly about their own life. You guys could have had a deep history with this person. I'm hearing frictional, quite a lot of ups and downs that you have shared. And a lot of what this person thinks of is quite they have mixed feelings. It's a lot about the things that the both of you were meant to accomplish on your own, personal journeys, self-discovery, basically the karma that you both had to solve. And I say that in a sense where it's about, again, pushing each other to do that personal self-discovery, that development. It's a lot about what they think about. It's a lot about the way that you have shed a light upon their darker aspects, the things that they struggle with, their toxic traits. um I'm hearing that quote which says, hurt people hurt people. So it's a lot about the ways they have inflicted their pain upon you. like projection 101. I think that this person thinks a lot about how they're ending that cycle or they're getting closer to it. Or let's just say that they have a deeper understanding about things that used to subconsciously show up, which they're getting aware of. So it causes a radical change as you're able to see your own traits, right? So this is a lot about things that through the interaction between the both of you, how you have, held a mirror to them, they have been able to identify their own self-sabotaging patterns, I would rather say. So there's a lot of gratitude, but there's a lot of struggle to it as well. There's, I would say, a bittersweet energy that they have towards you, where this person has a lot of projecting energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if the more if the more that we dive deep into this, we figure out more about how this person is still inflicting their pain upon you or blaming you for certain things that have happened in this connection, or how they have been hurt, because they precisely don't want to let you know that rhetorically they're grateful for what you have done for them. On a soulful level, they appreciate you, but as a human they're still too triggered to appreciate you because they haven't completely healed. So let's just say maybe there's not a cut, but there's still a scab, so it's not completely healed. And this person tends to think a lot about the ways that you both might or might have not intentionally or unintentionally hurt each other. So I'm gonna keep this card over here, and we're gonna push the Chiron a little bit out of the picture. Get some room. Angel Guide Spirits, can you please help me connect with pile number three's energy? What do they think about pile number three when they go to bed before they doze off? This is someone who tends to ruminate a lot. I'm getting a lot of Piscean energy. They have very tender feelings towards you. And if you think that they're not vulnerable to whatever has happened between the both of you, or their feelings for you, that's completely false. They're very fragile to your presence. Everything that you do has a domino effect on this person's life. Eight of Wands. Thank you, Spirit. So everything that you do, say, especially what you say and what you don't say, maybe this person requires a lot of reassurance. They have they've been working on their confidence, and they realize that it's because of the arrows that have been shot by you. Maybe you used to be really harsh with this person, or they used to be, but the way you have projected onto this person also has made them very confident in believing in their own ability in life, believing in themselves. It's almost like again, it's this energy where they don't want to completely agree, but it's also that the rejections that they've faced from you, perhaps the challenges or the boundaries that you have drawn, has made this person more self-assured. I would say that, like, their confidence is definitely, like, maybe this person has started finally expressing themselves the way that was hidden inside. um and you're seeing that sort of like a glow up energy. There's a lot of concentration on the heart and the solar plexus, because they're close by, and it's a lot about the ways that you have really helped this person open themselves up and become more confident. I keep getting the word self assured. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, so this represents all signs. Mainly I pick up on Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That could be you or your person. It's just something that's in your energies. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, that's the Knight. And bottom of the deck, I'm seeing Two of Pentacles with the King of Cups. This person slowly thinks about coming closer to you. I'm getting attracted to the Chiron over here again. So their energy is a lot about maybe cycles have ended between the both of you. And I think that there's this huge probability game over here. Like, it's a lot about destiny, perhaps, the way things that ended, because this feels uh like you could be in communication, you could be also in a relationship with this person, but I think this is a very specific message and there's still so much ambiguity. So I think this reading might not completely resonate. It's basically pick whatever resonates. Don't think all messages apply to you. um but if you have ended things with this person is slowly moving forward, that's definitely there. But if you're still with this person, they're moving slowly towards you, so that's that. There are two energies where I just face so much difficulty in just comprehending whether you're with this person or not, and there's two types of people. Whether it's you're with this person in a relationship, then this person is taking things slow and steady, and if you're not, this person is moving on from you. They're moving on from things that have happened between the both of you, and that's where I feel like there's a lot of hurt. That's where there's a lot of pain with the let's just say the consequences of what has transpired, the change within them, like what has actually caused them to become the person that they are today, is a lot about what they think if you're in separation. um and since they still haven't healed from what has happened between the both of you completely, it really bothers them. Even though it's pushing them to become a better person, they still have a little bit of like bitter energy towards you. And if you're with this person has anxious thoughts. We have the nine of swords, so I think this person tends to think beyond what has already been taught to them or what the world tells them to be or do. They have a very philosophical take, but sometimes they probably get scared that they're too dreamy. Like them wanting to be with you is or was or oblique is like a dream for them. Like whatever happened is like it wasn't gonna come true, or it might not come true. That's one of the fears, because the nine of swords, even though this woman is like extremely good looking, she's cut her hair. And I'm hearing that thing which says that because hair holds memory, that's when women usually tend to cut their hair after they go through a breakup or a separation or a relationship ending, because they want to start fresh, and that's their natural instinct, wanting to cut their hair or color their hair. So this is somebody who wants to cut their ties with you. If you guys have broken up, they want to forget the bad parts. And if you're with this person wants to move ahead from their painful past experiences. I feel like if you're with this person relatively thinks a lot about your sexual adventures. Like i'm I'm getting like you guys tend to spend a lot of time in bed. um just just I'm getting the word caressing each other. Like it's a lot of like, I like to feel your skin. I think it's a little bit softer than the previous two piles. It's like I just want to feel your skin next to my fingers. Maybe this person liked to. I just get a lot of sensual energy. So this could be definitely a Taurus, or they could have a specific Taurus or Cancer, because it feels like a very heartfelt energy where it's like this person really likes to stimulate their senses. And also a part of their late night thoughts, whether you're with this person or not, could include the way that maybe you held them, or the physical, let's just say the goosebumps you feel, right? When something really touches you, it gives you an emotion, it tends to give you goosebumps, right? It's like a it's like a very deep felt emotion, and that's what I'm seeing: the pores on the skin, the static hair on the body. So this is what I feel like this person imagines of the joy that they felt with you, that they tend to feel. I'm going back and forth with past and present tense, but for majority of you I'm probably going to say it with the present, in the present tense. um there's just this energy of reminiscing. This person might have tattoos, you might have tattoos. There's a specific attraction to this self-expression that they saw within you, that is something that they used to admire, but they realize that they also have it within themselves, and they're learning how to embody that truthful image of themselves. So if you're seeing this person change up their attire, their physique, their something about maybe job changing or something, it's like whatever has transpired between the both of you has given this person major relief from their childhood issues and the criticism that they've faced. Like there's a toxic shame, excuse me, involved within this person's body or just their subconscious, where they were made felt like it's wrong to be who they want to be, which is quite common, right? But I feel like they were criticized a lot when they wanted to do something or get something that they felt drawn towards. So this is not your um average late night sensual thoughts. This is very touchy feely, this is very reminiscent, this is very nostalgic is what I'm feeling here. Hangman, Piscean energy, and the Judgment, Libra. Wow, so we have two major arcanas right next to one another, and we have the Empress. So I'm getting really interesting messages with the Six of Wands, and we have the Hermit, Virgo, Queen of Cups. Let's talk about this. We have the Taurus energy. Thank you, Spirit. So they do confirm what I said previously. So let's talk about if you're um in separation or you've broken up with this person. About 9 months. I feel like it's been a long while. If you have broken up with this person was stuck about the communication you last had, and they think often about it, about what you said or what you didn't say. They're still precisely stuck about it. And they still struggle releasing themselves from it. Like if you said something that was really striking, if you pick up on aggression, or if you didn't say anything, they're still stuck about it. And there was something more that they wanted to say, perhaps, but they stopped themselves. They decided to just collect themselves, and it's like a trumpet blew on their head, and they were like, you know what, I think it's about time that I move on. And this person, if you broke up again, they started really working on themselves. You can see the Empress with the Taurus energy over here. This person started working on their physical appearance. I think this person was underconfident about how they looked or something like that. Like I'm getting Princess Diana revenge dress or something. Like, so this person, I don't think that they did it ultimately out of vengeance or something, but they really started working on themselves. They started picking up pieces of themselves that were left, and they started, and it's almost giving me like they knew how to put those pieces together better than before. So there was deep healing that took place because of this breakup, and maybe this person like now has a lot of admirers, or like something, there's something where they are getting a social recognition for. This person could also there's something about the throat. Maybe this person is a public speaker. There's something where they're getting recognition, or they're just different in the way that they used to, and they're using their wisdom with the hair, the Nine of Swords. So they're using their wisdom, and I think they think a lot about. I think that they give. I'm hearing the song "Thank You" next by Ariana Grande now. So if this is somebody that you're with right now, you've been with, like you're still in an ongoing relationship, this person has a lot on their mind that they want to express their gratitude for. They want to let you know about things that they have healed through because of you. You really reassure this person. And for the other part who has chosen this pile, for the other majority of you, the other part is, it's almost like this person just is realizing that you're the one. They would like to have success in this. It's quite there's quite a dualistic energy, one where you have broken up with this person, and the other one where you're still with this person. So see however that fits. If you're with this person, the message is very precise that this person wants to make it work. I don't see them giving up. And there's relatively quite a lot of struggle if this person is trying to move on, because they're trying to gain back their emotional efficiency. I think that this person had a burnout phase, and if you're with this person, they're trying to be more nurturing. They're trying to articulate their feelings in a more softer sense. There's just such a pull on my throat chakra right now. Nine of Cups again. um if you've left this person, they used to see you as their wish fulfillment, and now they're being more selfish with what they want. They're probably really showing it in your face that they are selfish. They're making selfish moves, and in a way that fulfills them, basically. And they probably still go back and forth. They think about you, but more often, yeah, I think that this person is slowly and steadily making moves to get over you emotionally somehow. Or if this is a person that you're with, this person is still working on getting over maybe a past relationship that was in their life, and that's still sort of like this person that they were with used to make them feel very insecure, and they are understanding the games that this person used to play. We have the Magician. Thank you, Spirit. So Queen of Swords, this person that they were with was very striking with their words, and that is something that makes them scared, because it really impacts their confidence, right? And this is what I spoke about in the beginning, that this person has learned how to pick themselves up after this sort of like behavior, maybe from a past person. Or if you were with this person, there was a lot of bickering, and this person is learning how to pick themselves up with the Taurus energy. There's a lot of Taurus over here. We have the Page of Cups. um I think they still have a soft spot. But I feel for some reason that the feelings have reduced. Even if there's attraction, the feelings have reduced to a level. So there's just something about it, yeah, with the Six of Swords. Thank you. Ten of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups. This person wanted something serious with you. The Devil. There was a lot of codependency. Eight of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. There was a lack of give and take in this situation, where this person thought once what they wanted is not being reciprocated. This could be the past situation, or this could have been with you. Queen of Wands. There was just a lot of passion, but Knight of Wands. Somebody was non-committal. Is the way I see it, with the Fool. And ultimately, I feel like karma was balanced out. This is what this person thinks of. Like, it was just their time to move on from whatever situation was holding them back, to take their power back. Ace of Cups, to love themselves unconditionally, and to prioritize themselves, to birth a bigger, a better picture, a bigger, better picture. Magician, Gemini, Virgo, getting their ducks in a row. Queen of Swords, Moon, Pisces, Nine of Wands, Resilience, Page of Pentacles. I just feel like if this person was in the past with a very manipulative person, or your relationship with this person, you've broken up, there was lack of reciprocity, somebody was very fickle minded, and this person had to really pull themselves out of this place. So, like, I'm afraid if that's hurtful, but that's what I see. If you were with this person is moving on. They're putting an end to this. And that's what they think a lot about. That still, sort of like bothers them a lot. The Chariot, again, moving on. Eight of Swords. They're still trying. Yeah, they're not seeing this situation with rosy-eyed glasses anymore. They're seeing it as what it is. And if you're with this person, it's very clear that they're putting end to the past illusions, the way that the other person inflicted their insecurities on this person. Queen of Pentacles. They're trying to become a better person for themselves. So before we conclude, pile number 3. Oh, this was heavy. This was nothing like the previous 2 piles. I'm going to pull out a few love messages. I need your time and commitment. So this person needed your time and commitment, or needs your time and commitment. This has been a pretty difficult reading because I've had to talk about 2 people. You inspire me. So whatever has happened has helped this person grow. You have been a major catalyst. I don't want to be reminded of you. See, thank you, Spirit. So this is what I'm saying. If you're the past person, I'm sorry this can be hard for you to hear. If you've broken up with this person, I just feel like this person is trying to move on, and the situation brought them a lot of pain, and you always knew how to make me smile. This is somewhere where this person still remembers about the good times, but it's like they don't want to be reminded of it, because I just feel like they want to put the nail in the coffin. And for the ones that this person is with, sometimes this person gets scared to get close to you because of their past. It's a lot of I'm getting like needle in a haystack kind of a thing. Like they're scared that they might find something about you that they might not like, because they really like you. So it's just a self-sabotaging behavior where they're scared. They want to end something that's good for them because they feel like they're not worthy of something good. I see why everything happened the way it did. So this person, regardless, they understand how things have been, and they understand, I'm hearing, it is what it is. And we have, I need more time. There's a lot about time over here. Like they want patience. They're just on their own pace. They're at their own pace. They're doing everything at their own pace, and this is how exactly it's going on with them. I really haven't been happy without you. So even though they miss you, I feel like for them both, majorities over here, this person misses you. They did feel like you made them happy. There's definitely that. They did feel like you made them happy, or you still do make them a lot happy. There is a little bit of codependency on this person's end if you're with them. They might suffer with separation anxiety. I need you to need me like I need you. Thank you, Spirit. So there is codependency on this person's end. I feel like if this person, was the one you have left behind, broken up with, this is somebody who had codependency. They wanted you to need them like they needed you. They wanted you to invest in them like they were investing in you. And if you're with this person has separation anxiety. I'm starting to understand the connection. So they are putting 2 and 2 together. They're able to see their darker aspects as well. I can't move on from you. So this is that energy where, if you're with this person or without, they do understand you have a very deep spiritual connection with each other. They do understand the nature of it. I know you're the one for me. So again, there was this energy where this person really wanted you at a point, and if you're still with this person, they are affirmative that this is the one. I feel like you've moved on from me. So this person, again, there's just so much energy of like moving on, and like getting scared of being left behind. Maybe this person started moving on because you made it clear that you're moving on, and they still struggle moving on, but they're still trying their best day by day. That's what they think about every night before they sleep, that they really want to try moving on. They're guiding me. We have, I hope I haven't lost you. I've told my friends about you. So they have spoken about, especially I feel like if you broke up with this person or you left them behind, there's just so much energy of like, it's done with. I have to heal from it. There's something that they want to clarify with. I feel like you've moved on from me. We have the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody ran away from commitment. It could have been your person. King of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. This person really wanted a family. This person had deep feelings, like big feelings for you. King of Pentacles as well. Like they had deep feelings. They wanted to invest in this for a long time. We have the Lovers, Gemini, Page of Swords. They often think about this a lot. They often think about, what they wanted. Temperance. They had to let this go. They had to let this go. The Ten of Wands again. They had to let this go. Three of Cups. There was some external influence, or maybe you chose something else over them. Despite of the fact that, whether you did that or not, I feel like that's about it, pile number three. And if you are with this person, excuse me, I think that this person is trying to put end to their baggage because they have deep feelings for you and they see long-term potential. They don't want to lose you to another person. Right. So, pile number three, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon. So, whenever I upload next, let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. And I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye.